The A sides got hype, but people root for the underdog. There may be a main event, but don't sleep on the undercard. Welcome to the B side. You can take your sneaks off, take you for a sweet ride. Info we supply worldwide. Thanks for flipping to the B side. Yeah. Hosted by Brian Mackay.
Listeners, you are in for a treat. Today we have Chanda Rigby, the head coach of Troy women's basketball. Coach Rigby's Lady Trojans play an up-tempo style, a score-at-will style of play that is so much fun to watch, and I can attest to this because of the invention of the ESPN app. I never miss a game, and I love to watch her team play. And that's not even mentioning the one thing I think they do that they don't get enough credit for. It's their rebounding prowess, which they are annually among the top in the country. So, Coach Rigby, welcome to the B-side.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here. Of course, I'm a very excited person anyway, but I'm on an extra 10 because this is what dreams are made of. We're here at the NCAA tournament. Right now, we're quarantining in our rooms, but just being here is very exciting. I thank you so much for having me on the podcast, and I'm very excited that you do watch us on ESPN. We think we play an exciting style of basketball.
Well, luckily, the ESPN app is there because with the virus, we haven't been able to go. I mean, I came to your game at USM earlier this year when y'all played Southeastern.
Okay.
But, obviously, we didn't get to see each other there because of the virus, had to stay away. But, yeah, I like to come out of a few games a year, and your team is always one of the ones I love to come watch. So,
thank you. I appreciate it. That's a huge compliment. I know you watch a lot of basketball, so thank you for that.
Yes. So 3 Sun Belt tournament championships in the last 5 eligible years. Like we said, 2020 shut down because of COVID. What kind of success does that? What does that success mean to your program?
Well, just to add to that, we actually have 4. Everybody says we have 3 championships, but we have 4 championships in the last 6 years because a lot of people don't count our championship last year, but we won the regular season championship, which put us the automatic winners for the tournament that was canceled. So we have won 4 Sun Belt championships in the past 6 years. And so we're very grateful for that. We're very proud of that. And, it's in this situation, I think that my faith really helped in building the program because when my staff and I got to Troy, we were second to last in the nation in the NCAA in RPI rating, right? Second to last. So you can't turn a program around like that without faith and believing for things you can't see. So I credit that for being able to have the foundation to be able to turn the program around. And then after that, it's things like an amazing staff. I literally believe I have the best staff in the nation. We've been together for many years now, and they're all very good at what they do. And then with that comes great players. Great recruiting coordinator Courtney Simmons brings great players, and so all those things can be attributed for the success that we've had.
Yeah, you went ahead and answered my next question, which was going to be about your staff. Which you've not had much turnover. You've had Graf your entire time there. Courtney been there 8 years with you, and Neil's been there 6 now. So right. That's really had to attribute to the success.
I don't know how they put up with me this long, but yes. So Coach Graf actually played for me in high school when I was a very young coach. We won our first state championship as a high school coach, and she was a player there. When I got to Troy, I had no Division I experience. They really took a chance on me at Troy because I had been a high school coach. I'd been a junior college coach. Not many junior college coaches get that chance to go straight to Division I and be a head coach, but one of the ways I think I was able to kind of weasel my way in and get the job is they knew I'd turned programs around from worst to first everywhere I'd been, and that's what they were looking for. But they were wary of me probably because of my lack of Division I experience. But Coach Graf, I was able to say, I have somebody that will come with me that has Division I experience. She was a head coach at Northwestern. She was the youngest head coach in Division I basketball. She played there, and then she became the head coach there. So before I even asked her to come with me, I kind of threw that out there in that interview. And so she came with me and has been with me ever since, thank goodness. And then she's the associate head coach, Courtney Simmons. when I was at Pensacola Junior College, now Pensacola State College, she was a Division I coach, and she would come out and recruit our players. And I knew she had a hunger in her and an eye for talent, unlike anybody else that came through our gym, through our gyms and saw our players. So when I got this position, she was at Louisiana Tech, and she was actually thinking about going for another job that I was going to help her with a reference for. And I said, hey, if it doesn't work out, I'd love to have you. So one prayer works and things like that. So anyway, I got Courtney to come over, and she's, again, probably has to be known as one of the best recruiters in the nation. If you look at the talent pool we have had at Troy over the last few years. And then Neil Harrow, he's kind of the odd man out, not only being a guy, but he's from Scotland. All three of the other ones, we're all from Louisiana. We're all Louisiana, born and bred, raised, but Neil is from Scotland. Met him at an FCA event at the Final Four one year. Was looking for a job. I was looking for a skills type person. And if you look at all my staff, every one of them is brings something to the table that I'm weak at. They're strong where I'm weak. And there's another thing that I think has contributed to our success is, I know what my weaknesses are. I was able to find people who are strong in the areas that I'm weak. And then I just kind of take my hands off and say, y'all go do it. And they're great at it.
As far as your team makeup, you have 7 seniors. So a veteran team, and even Thelmus, I think, is a junior, so she plays a lot. So, 8 players right there that's all upperclassmen. Very veteran team. What kind of factor is that heading into your first round matchup with Texas A&M?
Well, speaking of Texas A&M, of course, I've been up doing nothing but studying them this morning. They have a veteran team as well. And their players have one player I was just doing my research on. She's started every game since her sophomore year. She's a senior. She's been in these big games. She's hit big shots to win big games. So they have a senior-laden team, and so do we. The difference is last year I graduated 5 seniors, 65% of our offense. We won the Sun Belt Championship last year. So a lot of these seniors that are coming up, they're kind of not like the ones on the Texas A&M staff that have been starting year after year after year. A lot of these were kind of, as good as they are, sitting in the wings behind Japonica James, who led the whole country professionally in Portugal, and they just won the championship this week. She's playing professionally now, but we had good players last year that were seniors. So to be able to come back after they all graduated and be in this position again, we're very fortunate. But we're thankful we have a senior-laden team. But this is really their first time putting their big toe out there in the big dance and getting this experience to be the go-to players.
Yes. Well, Coach, thank you again for coming on the podcast. Monday night, I will be glued to my TV, ready to watch you guys play. I already have my gear ready.
Yay!
I already have my outfit ready to go. So,
go Troy!
Yes. So good luck, and again, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much. Anytime. I'd love to be a part of your podcast again sometime. Thank you.
As always, I am your host, Brian Mackay, and thank you for flipping to the B-Side. You can listen to the B-Side podcast at Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, and TuneIn. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. Please be sure to follow our show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the B-Side Podcast. That's at the B-Side Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to get all the updates and different things happening with our podcast. Be sure to email us any questions, comments, what you think you like about the show, what you don't like. Our email address is theBsidepodcast@gmail.com. That's theBsidepodcast@gmail.com.
The A-side's got hype, but people root for the underdog. There may be a main event, but don't sleep on the undercard. Welcome to the B-side. You can take your sneaks off, take you for a sweet ride. Info is supply worldwide. Thanks for flipping to the B-side. Yeah. Hosted by Brian Mackay.